Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a monthly overview for the sign of Cancer. This is going to be a monthly overview check-in. So tune into your intuition. I am using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I'm going to also grab the Astro Matrix for a few cards and finish off with Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels. So while I'm shuffling up this Tarot of Mystical Moments, just be tuning into your intuition. Maybe close your eyes, trust your higher guidance. Maybe you're coming to this reading with a secret. Maybe it is a secret, some sort of a question. You'd like to have some insight into a situation in your life. You are just wanting a little advice. And just remember, it's almost like as if you were talking to a friend. You're never going to take your friend's advice and run your life with it. You're going to take your friend's advice and you're going to, trust your own self overall. So let me split this deck three ways. Give it a knock to release anything that no longer serves it, and only for the sign of Cancer's highest and best good for the messages to come out. I am using the Celtic cross spread for your reading today, Cancer, and I'm going to start that reading off for you with looking at your recent past. I'm going to just lay the cards out, and then we're going to circle back and we're going to talk. So I'll tell you what I'm laying down and I'll just keep it moving. Cancer can be your sun, your moon, your rising. Maybe it's one of your other planetary placements, like it's your north node or, everybody's got such cool ways of describing all the stelliums. And if you know anything about astrology, having your chart run is usually free and it'll tell you where Cancer is in your chart. So that's always kind of cool to know what your chart is, just for information. Your recent past, Cancer, is the King of Swords. So air energy, master of communication, and this is attributed to the sign of Aquarius, and this is your recent past, so you're kind of thinking, October, November timeframe. What is your current position? Where are you currently sitting in life? What's going on? What brought you here? Aside from either you were the King of Swords or someone was the King of Swords in your life and that affected you. So use your intuition as we're going through these cards, and sometimes it'll really dawn on you. Your current position right now is the Five of Cups. Feeling a little lost, a little lonely, a little sad and sorrowful, remorseful, regretful. What's challenging that or conflicting that? The Four of Wands. You actually are really doing great. Your family life is very happy, but something in your life has you feeling lost down memory lane, or the river of tears, rather. What's on your mind? What's going on your mind? What are you thinking a lot about? Something on your mind that you're really, you're not able to let it go, to stop. Maybe that's what's bringing you into that river of tears, that remorse and regret. Queen of Cups. This is you. This is you really feeling your emotions. This is you really nourishing family members. It's just being yourself. Like I said, I get so caught up in all of these things. Let me stop talking. Queen of Cups is on your mind in the what I like to call down in the basement, where sometimes you go and you might find something you didn't realize that you had lost or something along those lines. It's those feelings that we don't bring to the surface often, but they're there. Two of Pentacles, juggling, imbalance. What's in your near future for the sign of Cancer? The Tower. Okay, so the near future, a shocking revelation, a surprise, something you weren't expecting. What is the external energy? It's outside of you, but it definitely affects you. It can be someone or something. What is the external energy for Cancer? I'm going to put those face down. The internal energy for Cancer. The hopes and the fears. The final outcome. I'm going to place these down, get those crystals back on, and we're going to get started back to the beginning, the near or the recent past. The recent past has Cancer as the King of Swords, or a King of Swords was in your life really affecting you. And let me just describe what the King of Swords is all about. They are very outspoken, opinionated, analytical, observant. They've mastered the art of communication, written, spoken. They don't really, they're very, let me spit my words out. I was trying to say they're an accountant, they're a lawyer, they are someone that uses communication to get what they want and need, but they don't really care about the feelings that happen in these exchanges. So they're not setting out to try to make you feel good. They're just talking, they're just sharing, they're just letting you know what the facts are, the figures, that accountant energy, lawyer energy. Here's what the law says, and here's what we need to do. They speak their truth, and they don't soften the blow. They let their words fall where their words fall. And so if this was you being almost out of character, because a Cancer, their natural tendencies are to be so caretaking and so careful with how it makes everyone feel, so feeling oriented. So it's a little surprising if this was you, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. So if this was you really speaking truth, calling the shots, calling it out like you saw it, really, just like I said, out of character for you, not really caring how your truth lands, because maybe you were so fed up with the way something was going. But this is a master of communication. And so this is an Aquarius. If you know an Aquarius, or if there was an Aquarian in your life, this definitely could be them. But they want to get their point across, and they really aren't doing it in a very empathetic way. So your current position is 5 of Cups, and like I kind of alluded to earlier, that is very much about going down the river of tears, regret, remorse. Maybe you feel responsible. Maybe you feel like you were a part of something that wasn't pleasant, and you're lamenting the part you played. Maybe, you weren't entirely responsible, but you know that you were a part of that. And there could be 5 people involved. There could be some loss that was suffered because of the group dynamic. But you're in your feelings, so you're in your natural element, you're in water. Those are your emotions. You're wading through it. And instead of looking at the 3 flowers, the 2 flowers that you have still on the branch, you're kind of fixated on the 3 that were lost. And, like I said, it could be just you acknowledging the part you played so that you can heal. But you're in this current position in December of feeling your feelings about something and feeling that remorse, feeling that regret. Maybe you're saying, I'm sorry. Maybe you're praying. Maybe you're journaling about the part that you played in something. So 5 of Cups. What challenges that is exactly what I said earlier. 4 of Wands. This is happy home, happy life, happy spouse, happy house. This is a soulmate energy. These 2 trees making an 11, these other trees making another 11. So 11 is very soulmate energy. It's very home oriented. It's very much, keep the home fires burning. Like we're just going to always keep a log on the fire, so to speak, in our souls, because we know that it's our energy that keeps this thing going. And so while you may be personally, maybe privately, feeling this sorrow, this regret, this loss, uh, out in the open, you're happy, you're content, you're especially content with your home right now. And that's just, it's not a bad challenge, but it's challenging the personal, whatever your personal feelings are going on here. Four of Wands is just keeping you at it. They're just very conflicting. One's very passionate, happy, soulful, and one is very emotional and deep. So just different. What's on your mind a lot? What is going on in the top of your brain? The Queen of Cups. This is your energy. This is you really feeling like yourself, really feeling all your feelings. You're down in the bottom of the ocean, sitting on your seashell, and you're holding your seahorse, and you're caretaking even down at the depths of the ocean. You're doing what you do best. You're caring about everybody. Did you get enough to eat today? Do you have a nice bed to sleep in? Can I get you anything? Do you need something from me? The Queen of Cups is that mothering energy, that loyal, devoted, nurturing, caretaking, empathetic, psychic, creative soul. It's the feminine energy of the royalty in the cup suit. And the counterpart to the queen is the king. So this is the feminine version. The king of cups is the masculine version of the cup energy. And so the queen, like I said, very mothering, very Kuan Yin, very Mother Mary. So this is on your mind because I think this is who you want to be. And I think you're really focusing on this mothering energy. Like I said, your current position being the Five of Cups. I think that maybe this Queen of Cups energy is how you're bringing yourself back into homeostasis, because maybe you did get lost down that river of tears. And on your mind is the Queen of Cups, very nurturing, very, open to the possibilities of letting everybody have a fair shake in life. Down in the bottom in that basement energy is Two of Pentacles. This is juggling. This is feeling some imbalance. This is two priorities. One is work and one is your family. Your family is really going strong here. But down in the core of you, you might be feeling that pull, that tug of war of if I give to this thing suffers. And if I give to this thing, that thing suffers. And it's always you feeling like you're on a tightrope. This person is literally walking on the edge of a skyscraper, holding a figure eight above their head with balls on it. They're just trying to keep all the balls in the air. They're trying to keep everything going smoothly for everyone. I want to be the best at work. I want to be the best at home. I want to be the best for my kids. But, you can't be excellent at everything. I once heard a really cool saying that if you have three things you're good at, you're going to be mediocre at each of the three things. If you have two things that you're really good at, you're going to be very good at both of them. If you have one thing that you're really good at, you're going to be excellent at it. So juggling it's almost like it's a fear of yours. And I don't want to be juggling, but I am juggling. And how do I get out of this juggling act? It's a feeling of there's an imbalance and you just don't know what ball to shift to make it right. As you move into the future, there is Tower energy, and this is Scorpionic. This is also Aries. It's the planet Mars ruling this major arcana, the Tower card. This is destruction. This person has their arms wrapped. It's an angel. I can see the wings, but they're holding tight around this structure, this foundation, something that they put all of their belief into, their religion, their home, their family, their workplace, what they thought something was really strong and on solid ground, had solid legs under it. But turns out something happened and it all came crumbling down. It all was a big shocking surprise. Your boss walked in and said, he's retiring at the end of the month, or something in December is going to really shake, rattle, and roll a foundational system or belief that you've had. Now, I don't want to scare you with that because I have to assure you of something. The tower happens for us, not to us. Even though it will shock you, it will surprise you, it will maybe throw you off a little bit, you weren't expecting it, it's going to be for your best. And your external energy, it's outside of you, but it's not you, it affects you, is the temperance. And the temperance is major arcana for the sign of Sagittarius, the season that we're currently in right now. Fiery. Sagittarius, however, it's the art card. It's sometimes referred to as the art card. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. They're external to you. They affect you. They bring a sense of beautification, art, creativity, expression. The temperance energy is also about balance. It's divine balance of it's very much like this. So maybe someone outside of you is going to help you balance and moderate. This person in this card, they've let one of the doves or whatever, this white bird, it looks like a dove, they've let one go, where they were maybe holding both in their hands, not knowing how they were going to keep everything balanced. They decided, let one go, or this one just flew off. But those are your priorities. Those are your two things that you care the most about. And just deciding that in an effort to keep moderation and to keep, a sense of balance in my life, I need to let something go. And this is someone that has come into your life affecting you. Maybe they've given you some advice. So this temperance is actually an angel. There was like an angelic, divine being, God, angels, whatever it is that you like to think of, has kind of helped you out in December, or is going to help you out as far as helping you to balance your life, helping you to set your priorities straight, to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and not feel a sense of deprivation or like you're slacking on something. Your internal energy is 7 of Wands. Inside, in the month of December, you're going to feel as if you really need to make sure your boundaries are strong. In order for you to keep things in the proper placement of value and priority in your life, you have to have solid boundaries. There has to be a sense of not walls, but boundaries. You can come this far in my life. You can say these kinds of things to me, but not those kinds of things. You can have these conversations around me, but not those conversations. It's you being very clear what your boundaries are. I think that's really going to help you keeping things balanced and organized, and that sense of you are doing this Queen of Cups best that you can to nurture and love. But boundaries are healthy, and that's sometimes the greatest act of love, is to show that we have boundaries. That's for ourselves, self-love, and love for others. What are your hopes and your fears? The sun. So the sun is the most positive card in all of tarot. The sun is happy, joyful, lit up, abundant, magnetic, lit with energy like you wouldn't believe. It represents the sign of Leo. And this is a hope, of course, because we want the positive. We want the optimistic. We want the most beautiful outcome possible for any scenario we could be thinking of. But we also could fear that. Marianne Williamson has a quote, and I hope I'm not going to mess it up, but it's something to the effect of, it is not success that we fear. It's not failure that we fear. It's success. Because what does that mean for us? I'm paraphrasing, but what does success mean? What does happiness mean? If I do get everything I could possibly want in my life, what will that mean from me? What kind of obligations or requirements or burdens will that place? What kind of pressure is that to always be the best? So it's a fear in that regard. It's not that we really don't want to be good at something. It's just that if I am the best at something, what will that mean? What will that do to me? The sun is here as the hope and the fear. A little bit of both, mixed energy. Final outcome for the sign of Cancer for the month of December, Page of Swords. You are going back to school, quote unquote. You're taking it back old school. You are looking into things. You're reading books. You're studying. You're asking questions. You've opened yourself up to the possibility of investigating, inquiring, being inquisitive. You're, like I said, you're cracking the books. You're opening things, you're looking into things, you're making phone calls, you're doing emails, you're on websites, you're researching. You're making sure that in order for you to grow in your knowledge about anything, a person, place, or thing, you're going to do your due diligence first and foremost to start the investigation process yourself. So if anyone's going to learn anything about anything, it's going to be you first. December has you really diving into your knowledge, opening up your mind, expanding your mind, starting a new project, starting a new role at work, starting something new out in your community, like a volunteer organization. You're just beginning from ground zero. And you're ready for it. You're standing on top of this stack of books with your dandelion, and it looks like, you're holding your hand over your heart, or those are more books that you're holding over your heart, because you just believe with all your heart in what it is that you're starting to do right now. The Page of Swords is the beginning of the seeking truth-seeking energy. So Cancer, the month of December, I think you're going to find it. You're looking for the truth, and I think you're going to find it. Let me grab the Astro Matrix, and I'm going to do a few finishing cards for you from this deck. See if we get anything confirming the first message we had, or if it's something different. For the sign of Cancer, 3 cards for you. 4 of Cups, Judgment, Strength, more Leo energy. Sun is Leo, and then Strength is Leo, and it's the figure 8, the eternal energy, the universal energy. Very, very, very strong. Oh my. And then the Judgment, that's more scorpionic energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. But I think you're just in a state of reevaluation. You're trusting your ability to make the final call on something, and you are being so strong in grace. You know that if you were tested or pushed to the limit, maybe that's why you need these strong boundaries, because something is really pushing you. There's some offer that has come your way, and you just don't want to be pushed into it, because you're already wondering how you're going to balance everything and keep everything under control. And you know that if you were pushed, you could become the lion. I think you're choosing to be this beautiful princess or caretaker of, this is your ego. And you know that if you're pushed just right, you're going to explode. Maybe that's what this tower possibly could indicate. So just beware. Keep your ego in check. Tame the beast within, and really evaluate any offers that are coming your way, and know that you have that final judgment. December might bring something your way that you have to look into. You have to investigate if it's something that you really want. Is it worth, this imbalance of Two of Pentacles and that Temperance energy being in your life? So you've got the final say. You have the judgment is a spiritual awakening around something. Let me grab the romance angels for you and finish your reading, Cancer, with an oracle card from Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels. Could be romantic, sometimes it's not, so we'll just wait and see what we get for the sign of Cancer. We have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Let go of control issues. Easier said than done, but Cancer, I hope this reading serves you, helps you in some way, shape, or form. I would love to hear from you. If you wouldn't mind liking, following, subscribing, sharing the videos, reposting, all of that helps the channel to grow. I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok. And so I will look forward to hearing or seeing your feedback. I hope that you are blessed. Be well. Namaste.